Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've changed it a little bit to research evaluation rather than funders specifically. So I've been a publishing editor for books also for about 5 years, and this is one of the key questions that I got. As an author, I have no idea what the impact of the book is. I don't get any recognition from a university faculty or funder actually. And so why should I write one if you don't have any insight? And digging through the internet to find any evidence of a structural approach to this, there's hardly any. So it's not so much good news here, I'm afraid. And so there's some information, and I think the most important one is from August last year, where books are now included in the Times Higher Education ranking. So some indication that books are taken serious and that they're included in some sort of university ranking. The downside of this is that it's using Scopus data, so it's only a fraction of all the books published, really. There's some more data, and this is from a report from digital science that they did on the research evaluation in the UK. And you see here the different cycles of the research evaluation over the years. And as you can see, the number of books that have been submitted for research evaluation dramatically decreased, both in social science, where you see it declines, engineering, and also in science. The only one who is sticking to the books are the humanities. There still you see that about 50% of the work submitted for the research evaluation is around books. There's a small upside, which is that for the REF in 2014, they could also submit case studies, and there you see that actually there is a renewed interest in books that are added to the research evaluation. So concluding, books are really rarely used in research evaluation, which I think is a shame. And it seems this all sort of comes to the point where somebody out there said books are dead. I don't think books are dead. They're very much alive, but we publishers, universities, funders have sort of forgotten about them. Just to show you how much alive they are, I've looked at the books that we at Springer Nature publish and have published in 2016. And also how much of those made an impact in the same year. So usually for journal articles, you're very lucky if you have one citation to your book, to your article within the same year. That's the immediacy index. And as you can see, this is just the top 8, I believe, of the books. You hardly can't see the numbers, but I'll show you in a minute. There's really quite a lot of books that do have. And if we look across the board, there's really a lot of books that are being cited within the same year. So you see here's 25% of 11,000 books have been cited at least once in the same year. And 42% of the books have been mentioned somewhere online, like in a news article, in a blog, in Twitter, Facebook, Wikipedia, and so on, once within a year. So there's a lot of buzz around books, and the books are very much alive, I believe, and they should be taken in consideration in research evaluation. Now, the other thing, and I think Alice already mentioned GRID, the institutional identifier is also something now that we're working on, and this will help us to even give a better insight in the impact of the institution. So not only the person, but also one step up at the institution. So if you go to any of our book metrics pages, you'll see that there's a link out which will go to the institutional page on GRID. And now with that, we can actually determine, okay, which are the universities that have published most books with us. And from there, we can divert into the impact of all of these books. And so here are the winners. You may not recognize all of them, but I have taken a little map. They're there. And if we zoom in, you can see it has something to do with our legacy. So they're really all over Germany, except for this, which is nearly Germany, that's Zurich. Kidding aside, we now also have looked into the more recent data. This was really from we were 175 years old this month, sorry. But this is actually from books published in 2015. And whether we rank this by the number of books published from a university or by the total number of citations from the books published in that particular year, you can see we can now build up a sort of a university ranking based on book output. You see it varies quite a bit. Some really surprising findings. Some smaller universities still have a lot of book output, I guess they're, and not necessarily the big ones. And we can also do some comparison with these, and universities can soon as well. So I don't know whether there are people from London. Nobody? Fine. Good. Then, I may insult you then. So here I've taken the books published by King's College, University College, and Imperial. And you see that the numbers are slightly different, so 372, 500, and 400 books. And then we can take a closer look and look at the average in the number of citations and online mentions, so the alt metrics, downloads, and reviews. And then if we plot it in a histogram, we can see that actually King's and that Imperial is the most impactful institution with regard to books in London. I hope that's good news for you. Summarizing, I think books really still make an impact, and there's a lot of metrics around that to prove that these days, and we're creating more and more insight into this. And my pitch for this would be that universities really have to take this in consideration and include books in research evaluation. That's it.